Hello everyone. Let's start a new chapter, that is transpiration. We'll discuss about definition of transpiration and various aspects of transpiration, such as significance of transpiration and why is transpiration necessary. We'll discuss also this one. Transpiration is a necessary evil, that is the statement will justify based on the understanding of transpiration. So first we'll take the definition of the transpiration. So what is the definition? Simple one. When we define transpiration, we can define in two ways. First one is we have evaporation from the surface of the plant. From the surface of the plant. This is the first definition. Evaporation from the surface of the plants. When we take this word evaporation, it means water is moving out in the form of water vapor, because we discussed already, whenever we have the movement of water in the form of vapor, that process we call evaporation. Easy to understand. So we can also define in another way, that is loss of water. We can also write loss of water in the form of water vapor. That is the concept. Loss of water in the form of water vapor. We can also define in this way also. So here it is specified. We have a loss of water, but this loss of water, whenever we have in the form of water vapor, then this process is called transpiration. That is the two way we can define transpiration. Easy to understand. So we have this word surface of the plants. So when we take any example, try to understand. We discussed already, we have two kinds of system. This is shoot system and this is below the ground, it is root system. So in shoot system we have leaves and stem and other structures are present. Leaf, stem and other structures are also present. In this way we'll have arrangement of the leaf. It can be I made that one alternate, it may be opposite also. So we'll take on the detailing of this one. Whenever we see the structure of leaf, so inside a leaf there is a structure. That structure we are calling stomata. And this is the structure which is responsible for the transpiration. It means maximum amount of water is lost in the form of the water vapor through stomata. Above 90% water is being lost through stomata. So when we understand the structure of stomata, it is very easy to get it. These are the secant, this one. This structure we call galled cell. And this structure we call stoma. And here we have a nucleus is there, chloroplast, because we are talking about a cell. So all other structures are also there. But our focus in this structure, you can see stoma. It is also known as stomatal aperture, and that is the specific pore from where water is lost. So whenever we have the stomata, we will have stoma, and stoma, when it opens, will have the loss of water. So we'll discuss in the mechanism. Gourd cell, these are the bean shaped structure. You can see bean shaped structure. In our syllabus we'll have to discuss about the detailed structure of the stomata. We'll take on that detailing of this structure. Other structures will also draw here, like nucleus, chloroplast. It can do photosynthesis also. Whenever water is lost through stomata, that kind of transpiration we call stomatal transpiration. Easy to understand. So in your syllabus we'll have stomatal transpiration. There are two more also. We'll take on the detailing. When we look at this structure, after getting maturity, plants are having the formation of bark after getting maturity. Okay, so plants are having the formation of bark. We have a secondary growth, and at that time we have the shifting of the layers, and then the last one is a dead structure, that is known as bark. So bark is not continuous, it is interrupted at various places. And these interruptions are having a very special structure that is known as lenticels. We have lenticels, and from the lenticels will have also the loss of water. So that kind of transpiration we call lenticular transpiration. Easy to understand. And when we observe various kind of adaptation, we have three kinds of plants, that hydrophytes, mesophytes and xerophytes. That placed mesophyte in between hydro and zero, there is a reason behind, because this is the moderate condition. So let's take one by one. Hydrophytes, when we take example of hydrophytes, those plants who are growing in the presence of water, it means they are growing into water, those plants are known as hydrophytic plant. Okay, and then let's take xerophytic plant. Those plants who are growing in the scarcity of water, it means water is not there, water is less, so those are xerophyte. And what is mesophyte? We have moderate condition, it means water is available but we will not have like hydrophytic condition. Okay, moderate situations are there. So we know that all the organisms, they have the capability of adaptation. They adopt according to the surrounding. So based on the adaptation, we will have changes in case of the plants. And we know that water is necessary for the plants. There is no life without water, and that is why we'll have various formation of structures which are helping to avoid loss of water, and in this way we'll have the cuticle. So cuticle is a thick covering over the surface of the leaf, over the surface of the stem, and this thick covering is having two roles. First one is protection, and the second one is to inhibit the process of transpiration for avoiding loss of water. So whenever we see any xerophytes, they have a thick layering of cuticles. Some mesophytes are also having. So here we can see that over the surface of the leaves we have a cuticle, that is what we call cuticle. And this cuticle is responsible for the protection and to inhibit the process of transpiration. And whenever we have the losing of water through cuticle, that kind of transpiration we call, my dear students, cuticular transpiration. Only you have to add the name cuticular, lenticular and stomatal. So three kinds of transpiration we have. So what is the concept? Above 90% water is lost through stomata, and rest 1 to 2%, 3% sometimes is lost through these two structures. So you should go through the data. So what we are getting, we have the transpiration through various structures. I explained you. Definition of transpiration I explained you. Let me tell you very interesting facts, that whatever water is absorbed, only 1 to 2% are used in photosynthesis, and rest water is lost in the form of the water vapor. And sometimes in other plants we have a different process, that is guttation. Will take in the detail in guttation, but what we are focusing here, 1 to 2% water is used in photosynthesis and rest water is lost in the form of the water vapor. And we will have various aspects of transpiration, will take on the detailing of this. So try to get this one, this portion you have to focus on this one. Transpiration is evaporation from the surface of the plant. This word is the contraction of this one. Okay, so you can write this one. You can also define in this way. Surface of the plants I explained you. We have a lenticels, we have a cuticle, we have stomata on the surface of the leaf. So these are the structures which are responsible for the evaporation. This is the simple way of the defining transpiration. We'll take the detailing of some other interesting facts of transpiration. Okay, so try to get the definition and try to get the structures from where water is moving in the form of water vapor.